So, here we go. I think we're on. Hi, everyone. Good evening. It's later on this evening after I made that wonderful shake for you all. Welcome to our kitchen. Welcome to our home. The purpose of these shows is really to give you a really simple, easy, and fun way to get healthy and happy and really embrace health and wellness in the year 2008. Obviously, as you can see, this is not a big production. We're going to make goofs and be very simple and honest about our presentation so you can see that if I can do it, I'm sure you can come to the conclusion that you can do it as well. I'm not exactly a Einstein in the kitchen, or I'm particularly overly well versed in culinary arts, but I love eating. And I'm sure you love eating as well. And one thing we can do to really get our bodies to stay healthy and happy is to love eating healthy foods and to make foods that taste fantastic. So that's what I'm here to do, is to make fantastic food for you tonight. What I'll do is I'll just give a little overview of the dinner. For those of you on the weight loss program who are taking the 2 shakes a day, this would be a really optimal time for you to have a healthy, colorful meal. And when we talk about color, really, the plants are what are really colorful. So we're looking at fruits, vegetables, grains, plant-based foods particularly. And the nice thing about plant-based foods, especially like soy protein, is that there's no cholesterol in it. So it's really healthy for your heart, healthy for the planet, healthy for your belly. Everyone's happy. So I'm going to start with, we're going to be making a dessert to start because everyone wants to know what they're getting at the end because dessert is such a wonderful meal. And you don't have to skip dessert when you're eating healthy. I've also put, ahead of time, I've cooked up a really nice, I highly recommend this Neuro Fuzzy Japanese rice cooker. It is the Lincoln or the Rolls Royce or the Lexus of rice cookers, and I love my rice cooker. What I did was beforehand, before the show started, I put in some basmati rice, and then I added some vegetarian mock chicken soup mix to the rice, a little bit of turmeric, which is very high in antioxidants, it's anti-cancerous, fights cancer, fights free radicals, and you'll see it a lot in Indian, East Indian cooking, and that's why they say East Indians have low rates of cancers, because of the turmeric, among other herbs and spices that they use in their cooking. And as well as with many yogic principles, yoga and diet and lifestyle that comes from India. But this rice in particular has got a really, really nice color. It's nice and yellow, so it complements the evening's color. Rice is very easy to digest. It's gluten-free for those people that are sensitive to the glutinous grains like wheat, rye, barley, and wheat derivatives like triticale, spelt, and kamut. So if you're having someone over and you don't know if they're gluten sensitive, rice is always a safe bet. Rice, kids, even infants can eat it. Very low allergenic response to rice. And I've added the mock chicken vegetarian soup-based mix to give it a really nice, tasty, zingy flavor. And the nice thing about those soup mixes is it's very low in calories. So if you can, stick to the whole grain rice, like brown rice, which has the bran intact, higher in B vitamins, and it has more fiber, so it slows the absorption of the food into the bloodstream, and also acts as a broom for your intestines. Rice is nice. We love rice in our home here. So I'm going to start with, as well, with a nice, really tasty tahini maple syrup cacao nib dessert, which is very similar to cookie paste. I know when I was a child, my best friend and I, we would have sleepovers and we would get raw cookie dough and we would eat it. And we would often get sick off of it. It was so tasty though, but it doesn't sit that well in your belly, and there's a lot of nasty stuff that they put in the pre-made cookie mixes. So this is a really great way to just add 3 or 4 ingredients together and have an awesome dessert. And then we're going to have a very colorful Japanese curry starring protein, which is our tofu, firm tofu. We've got some extra virgin olive oil, cut up beautiful carrots and orange peppers, and orange peppers have the highest amount of antioxidants of the peppers, of the color orange, red, yellow, green. You can pick orange if you can from time to time. We've cut up some lovely potatoes. Thank you, PEI. And I've got some lovely pineapple here, high in vitamin C and the enzyme which breaks protein down, which is called bromelain. And then we have a pre-made curry mixture, which I love. Now, it is recycling day here, so I already put the cardboard cover out, but it's Glico. It's a type of Japanese curry which you can buy at any of your grocery stores. And this one is the mild curry. You can get hot as well. And there's no animal products and no meat products in the curry mix, so it's safe for vegetarians and also for vegans. And this evening, Except for the dessert, we're going to put some whey protein powder in the dessert up for protein. But if I took the whey protein powder out, this would be a suitable, very suitable for all people, vegan, vegetarian, non-vegetarians. Anyone can eat this meal and receive its benefits. So let's start with the dessert. I'm going to take some lovely, tasty maple syrup, which is one of the highlights of Canadian living, from the Mennonites in southern Ontario. I'm just going to take it and pour quite a bit of, maybe it looks like 3 or 4 tablespoons there. Then I'm going to take the tahini, which is a paste made from sesame seeds. You'll find it in wonderful dishes like hummus and in many Middle Eastern dishes. And I'm just going to pour about 2 tablespoons worth in there. Yeah. Then for the crunch, which will simulate chocolate chips, I've got these organic raw cacao nibs. Now, cacao nibs come from the cacao bean, which is raw chocolate in its purest form. These are non-cooked. They're raw. They're certified organic. They're certified free trade. And I've actually visited the place where they harvest these beans in the Amazon in Ecuador. Fantastic country. And we'll be taking people down there for a yoga chocolate experience in the future. Stay tuned for that. So I'm going to pour in some of the cacao nibs. And then I'm going to add a nice scoop of 100% pure whey protein powder, which is protein whey isolate. Whey concentrate is not as high in protein as whey isolate. Isolate is more pure. You're getting pretty much all protein and no fat and no carbs. And that scoop alone that I just put in there is 45 grams. And I love, there's a couple brands. This one's the ISO XP, Extreme Whey Protein Isolate. There's another brand called BioX. They're a Canadian firm. And I also recommend them as well. It's great to have around the house. So we just take this mixture, this concoction, and we mix it up. And the whey protein powder is going to soak in all the extra liquid and make this into a paste, which we will eat for dessert. It's going to be awesome. Okay. And basically, I'll mix this up for another minute or so until it's a nice creamy paste. If it's too powdery, just add a little bit more maple syrup or tahini, and boom, about your uncle, you're finished. It's wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to turn on the stove here, and I'm heating up. I put in some of this beautiful extra virgin olive oil, cold pressed. Make sure you get extra virgin and cold pressed to get the best benefits out of the olive. This helps prevent colds. It's an essential fatty acid, and it's been used for thousands of years for cooking, so you know it's safe and that you can use it without worrying about where it's coming from. I'm going to heat up. I put some oil in the pan. I'm heating up some garlic, some crushed ginger, and also a lovely onion. Then what I'm going to do is when it heats up, I'm going to be adding all of these ingredients along with the curry in 2 cups of water. We're going to let it boil and let it stew. And what we'll do is we'll stop. Excuse me, I've been sampling a little bit as we've been going along, so excuse me for burping. This is part of the fun of cooking and part of the fun of relaxing after you've been at work all day. You've worked hard, you've taken your shakes, you've eaten really well all day, and your evening meal is a chance for you to socialize, it's a chance for you to reflect. Scientific studies now show that saying some type of prayer or giving some type of gratitude or contemplative moment before you eat is actually very beneficial to the body. It gives your stomach time to basically prep and get ready for eating. Your body starts to produce gastric juices more readily, and it also makes you pause, breathe deeply, relax, enjoy the process of preparing the food, and then really enjoy the process of eating. It's part of the slow food movement, which is coming out of Italy, which is the opposite of the fast food movements. It's part of slow food is enjoying the food, getting produce and food more locally, more organically, knowing where your food is coming from, checking out its carbon footprint. How far did this food travel to get to your house? What type of carbon imprint was made in producing the food? And then just sitting around and really giving thanks. There are many, many people around the world that don't have any food, and really we are missing a grand opportunity if we don't take time and reflect on just how fortunate we are to enjoy and share this food together. So it's my gift to you. Very happy to share this with you, and I hope that you'll enjoy this meal with me. Thank you. Namaste.